Hello, this is Michael, atheist and alcoholic. I am attending 90 AA meetings in 90 days. Nothing discussed in these videos will ever undermine the anonymity of AA. Tonight was meeting 57, and one of the things I've mentioned prior is that AA is superior to smart recovery in its ability to build community, in like kind of like the brotherhood, the camaraderie, um, at least insofar as my experience with smart recovery, which was mostly online, just not a super huge presence in my area. But with that said, I after doing 57 meetings of AA in a row, I really miss the structure of smart recovery. Every meeting opens with the kind of similar to AA with like the purpose of the program and its basic precepts, and then it goes on to open a topic of discussion, but then people specifically share the tools that are founded in cognitive behavioral therapy or rational emotive behavioral therapy, or anywhere that people have found useful tools to help them with their, recovery, whether that's managing urges or managing emotions, building a better life, um, specific, tangible, actionable tools. After, not every meeting's been like this, but I don't know what I took from tonight's meeting. Um, so I'm going to share how every meeting in AA, part of how it's open, they read 12 steps, and they also read how it works. I'm going to read the first part of that and then kind of my thoughts, just like the first few sentences. So, how it works. Rarely have we seen a person fail who has thoroughly followed our path. Those who do not recover are people who cannot or will not completely give themselves to this simple program. Usually men and women who are constitutionally incapable of being honest with themselves. There are such unfortunates. They are not at fault. They seem to have been born that way. They are naturally incapable of grasping and developing a manner of living which demands rigorous honesty. Their chances are less than average. But are those two, there are those two who suffer grave emotional and mental disorders, but many of them do recover if they have the capacity to be honest. What I don't, I went back and forth on this because there are some people who are so genetically predisposed to addictive tendencies that they're going to struggle more than anyone else. Even with help, even with a program, whether it's AA or a different program, whether it's with pharmacology, with therapy. And again, how is it worded? They are not at fault. They seem to have been born that way. Yeah. However, the rest of this statement really underscores the notion that addiction is a moral failing, that if they could just be more honest and everything would be okay, and give themselves over to a higher power as it goes on. I can't. And again, for people who are helped through this program and are able to give themselves over to a higher power, to surrender, and in that surrender, they're able to manage their behavior better. Was there not trying? I don't know. I've talked about this before, how exactly surrender works. I sussed it out a little bit in the previous video, but still not sure how exactly it results in behavioral modifications. But I'm glad the program's there for the people it works. But statements like this, as I've said before, I believe are harmful. That there are people who are going to struggle, who are going to come into this program, hear that, and be like, fuck it, I'm constitutionally incapable. I am one of those unfortunates. Can't be helped. Can't even be honest with myself. I'm not going to be able to find a higher power, so fuck it, I'm out. Maybe it's not so bad now that there are other programs available, but they're not super well known. So I still think that this message is worse than useless. I think it's dangerous, and that's it. That's all I have for tonight. Sorry, it wasn't a nothing real positive in the video, but maybe be more positive tomorrow. I don't know. Thank you guys very much, and I'll see you here again tomorrow.